Hello, my friends. So, if your birth date is today, July the 15th, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to come into balance this year, and an outcome card or a mile marker or signpost or an understanding of what this year is really all about. So, the general energy card of the year is the comic. And the comic has the chance to heal our hearts. There, in Ayurvedic medicine, the understanding of the heart healing that works toward healing our fears and our angers and our revenges and our denials and our griefs and our woes and our pains and our emotional traumas is either crying, grief, or it's laughter. And they're both the same heart energy of healing. And if you can get to the place where um, crying is open and allowed, things move, things are opened, things are forgiven, things are let go. And it's the same with laughter. If you can get to the place where you can laugh about circumstances, that you can laugh about irony, if you can laugh about stupidity, if you can laugh about giving so much pain and sorrow to yourself that holds you down, and laugh about the human condition, uh, you're going to do some amazing healing work. And the Sacred Clown is a presentation to you this year. Are you going to be and allow yourself to be the Sacred Clown who laughs about life, who grieves and laughs openly, easily, heartily, and teaches other people how to do that as well? One of the things that's important is, if you understand, if you've seen grief, if you've been in grief and that suddenly turned into laughter, that's an amazing flow. But if you've also been in laughter and it suddenly turns into grief and you're crying and you're letting go of tears and you're just moving all this emotional energy that's been stuck in you for a long time. You get a lot of chances to do that this year, and you get a lot of chances to um, be someone who really lifts the energy of a space and lightens the energy of people's minds and opens people's hearts and lets them dance a little easier and a little livelier if you choose to do that this year. So your challenge is the Nine of Wands. There's a sacredness to being a sacred clown. There's a sacredness to being a clown. A lot of people dismiss the clowns um, as unimportant or stupid, but they're one of the best and highest and holiest beings who can walk as a hermit, as a teacher, as a wise person. Have you ever seen a wise person? Most of them have a great sense of humor. Most of them have an amazing sense of joy in their hearts and laughter that comes easily, and the ability to lighten the room and transcend, help people to transcend their limitations. So your challenge this year, I think, is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands generally is about accepting one's place as a teacher, as a crone, as someone who walks the path of healing, knowledge, and inspiration and intuition. This is as much about listening to one's intuition and acting from intuition, as well as analysis and learning when it's right and how and proper to do which one of those things, or how to blend them together in their sense of perfect harmony. You've done a lot in your life. Nines say you've already accomplished a lot in the sense of being inspired, being willful in moving your energy towards something you really want to give your energy to. And the nine says you can have a sense of resting on your laurels and resting on your inspirations and being recognized as a spiritual healer and a spiritual teacher and a spiritual energy that people really want to be around and really want to follow. So that's your challenge, is to recognize that maybe your crowship, your teachership, has to be more humorous, is calling for you to be more funny, is calling for you to accept that the humor is is a really important part of inspiration. Inspiration always seems kind of, kind of dour or straight laced or devout or holy or pious. And sometimes to get there, we forget that humor can be one of the most healing and most dramatic and most intense places of transformation that we can give to ourselves and give to the world. So the challenge is to accept, I think, the inner clown that you are and show that clown in a way that doesn't cut people down but lifts people up. And that's the power and the recognition that goes into laughter and lightness and pointing out absurdities and lifting people out of their doldrums and putting a big open pool in front of someone who's depressed and saying, "Come, let's swim. Let's sit in the pool. Let's throw some water over our head. Let's splash around. Let's be gentle with ourselves and open and kind and vulnerable." To the places where we can do some healing work with our laughter. So that's your challenge: is to be that laughing monk, is to be that fun loving, fun giving, but in a healing way, person who takes spirituality to that level that it needs to go to, because that's the bridge in the heart, is laughter and grieving, crying, so you can get over things, as you can get through things and you can change things. Tears and laughter, again, are the same energy. They are the wave that will really help to ripple apart things that are stuck and move them along so they don't need to be there any longer. And it comes with love and forgiveness and compassion and joy. And those are big important things to the Nine of Wands, and they're big important things to the Sacred Clown. And so what is the action you need to take this year? Well, it's the Raven. And I think the Raven is all about, listening to one's sense of magic and mystery, listening to one's intuition, listening to one's frolicking. The ravens are very astute. They have 27 words that they use, or sounds that they use of the language. They're very clear and very clean. And you can hear a raven laugh, and you can understand a raven's laugh. It's a loud laugh, and it will gather you up, and it will make you smile. It might make you cringe on some level, but it will mostly make you smile. And it's a magical being. It loves sparkly things. It loves collecting jewels to itself. It loves a sense of laughter and flight and lifting above and soaring through the skies and dancing and talking and singing. And this, I think, is really one of the important things with the raven. It's the only way we heal our darkness is to invite our darkness in. But how do we invite it in without it scaring us? Well, we have to invite it in with laughter and play and honoring and sacredness and sparkle and glimmer. Go put on a wonderful costume. Go put on a clown suit. Go put on a magical dress. Go put on a beautiful ball gown. Get out of your normalcy. Get out of your ruttedness and your stuckness. Get out of your place complacency and your apathy. Change your humor. Change your mood. Change your joy into actual joy. Bring up your joy. You have a lot of power, and this year is about finding that power and learning that you can be that sacred clown mixed with the magic of the raven, mixed with the teachings of the crone and the hermit, and those who come with great understandings of letting go and release and surrender and being open. So what is the outcome? Well, I think this card, Soul Card, without any definition, is a very profound understanding offered of the harmony and the music of the universe is a flow, is a weave, is a sound that comes from a lute, that comes from a guitar that they're playing, that comes from this chord that the universe is making. And this is a happy sound. Look at the face of this angel that's playing this beautiful sound of creating who we are and what we are in some harmonic pattern. So where does harmony come from? And I think that's what you're looking at. Where does your harmony come from? Well, I think it comes from learning how to laugh more, how to be your happy self, how to lift yourself out of your own trials and your own pains and your own things that clog you down, and by changing your humor and allowing your humor and allowing that to be a sacred path to your understanding and your definition. So may this be a fun-packed year. May you allow yourself the sacredness of laughter, and may you climb high in the sky and laugh heartily to the sun, and laugh heartily to the moon, and laugh heartily into the darkness, and bring back the words of healing and inspiration that we can all use. And may people understand your humor and your lightness of being, and recognize you as the amazing teacher that you are. Blessed be to you to this day.